Anyway, so it's much brighter in here, and that's because it's daytime right now.
Well, first
after
of all,
work, it's 5:29, so
first of all,
the lights, it will probably start to dim down as this video goes on. But
welcome back.
Welcome back. Yes,
it's daytime now.
Yes, welcome back to Spiritual Love. I am one of your hosts, Amara B.
I'm Logan,
and we are back with another video.
Back at it.
Number 9
in the daytime.
Is it 9?
Yeah.
Wow, we've done 9 so far, y'all. That's crazy. We
only
only post once a week, but we try to, right? Because, you know, obviously we have regular 9 to 5 jobs, so we have to work, but we try to post as much as possible. Hopefully you guys have been liking our stuff, and like I said, if you guys hear a track meet running upstairs, the child upstairs is literally a spawn. Let me not say that, but she is literally crazy, okay, and runs up and down all over the place. And
this is
I apologize if you guys hear
11.
It. This is 11?
I think so. Oh no! It's episode 10 because of the short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh wow! And also the people who went crazy on the video from 2 weeks ago. We appreciate all of the love, because that was crazy. Like, when we started this podcast, we never had any intention for it to reach as many people as it did. Like, and I'm over here gassing it though. It was only like 70 people, but any person that listens to us just talk, we're grateful.
I don't even know 70 people.
Huh?
I don't even know 70 people in my life.
No, seriously, like crazy. So thank you. We hope that you guys enjoy our videos, and we ask that you guys just subscribe, keep checking us out, you know, comment down below. Nobody has commented yet. Well, yes, actually Mimo, he has, but Mimo is his friend, he don't count. But we just ask that you guys keep showing us love. We really appreciate it, and we're grateful to God to be able to do what we're doing. But yeah, so anyway, let's hop straight into this podcast episode.
If you see us looking randomly down, we have notes. I'd be like,
we have notes.
I catch myself doing this in the video. I'm not even looking up.
Yeah, if you notice in the video, if you're looking on the podcast, you won't know. But if you're looking on YouTube, obviously you'll see us looking down. It's because we formulate notes before we do our videos, just to make sure that we're, you know, staying on track and not going off.
Like I like to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so we welcomed you guys back to the podcast. Welcome back to Spiritual Love. So Logan, I have a question for you. So has there ever been a time where you caught yourself wishing that you had something that someone else had?
Yeah. Like when I was in college, it took me 7 years to get a bachelor's degree. And I'm looking at like my friends, like they already graduated and got jobs and stuff. Right. And it's like I'm over here still trying to do homework, living in my parents' house. You know what I mean? I resonate with that, honestly, because I feel like when I was in my early 20s, I was very envious. You're still in your 20s.
I said early 20s. I'm in my late 20s. I was very envious of like my friends and the things that they were doing. Like I had some friends that were married, some friends having kids, some friends moving in with their significant others. And I was still in a place where I didn't have the job that I loved. I didn't have, you know, a good relationship at all, like in the sense of like romantic relationship, not with him, but with other people. And it was like I was always constantly in and out of relationships because I didn't know what I deserved. I didn't know my worth. And then it was like I was trying to hop on my feet, but everything, it felt like, kept crashing. And I just was so envious of what everybody else was doing around me. And I was just like, bro, like, why am I where I'm in? What? Why am I at where I am? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like, why am I still here?
Right. And I was just looking at everybody else like, dang, you got the car, you got the business, you doing this, you doing big boy things. And I'm over here still living with my mom, struggling day to day, working stupid jobs. Like, you know, I didn't have any passion about the things that I was doing. But not only that, I feel like social media also creates this unrealistic persona when it comes to what people should be doing in life. And I feel like if you're in a position like I once was, it can make you very envious, but also very kind of resentful of why you aren't further in life. But we'll get to that later. But anyway, so do you mind like defining what envy is, just in case the listeners don't know?
Fancy word for jealousy.
Basically, but do you want to give us like the Google definition and not the Logan definition? It's one of the seven. This is what it is.
It's one of the 7 deadly sins as well.
It is. It is.
It's actually, I'll get into that in a second. But it's a feeling of being discontented or resentful, longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck.
Yeah.
So, and then envy also, it is one of the 7 deadly sins. Also, it is actually the very sin that Lucifer committed and got him kicked out of heaven.
Yes, we read about that yesterday.
In Revelation.
In Revelations, we sure did. Yes. So I actually, if I can find it,
for those of you that don't know, Lucifer, obviously, aka Satan, the devil, he was an angel. He got envious of God, wanted essentially his place, his power, and started whispering the ears of all the angels in heaven. And they got envious too, like, wait a minute, yeah, you're right. And then they kind of tried God, and he was like, nah, and kicked them out.
If you guys haven't read Revelations, definitely go check that out, because we just started. So we do Bible Revelation. Sorry. Anyway, we just started. Well, not we just started. We've been doing Bible study with each other for, as I was saying, when we first got together, I mean, maybe like a couple months in, we were like, we wanted to do weekly Bible studies. So we do Bible study every Wednesday with each other. And we try to do it every single time we finish a chapter in the Bible, we try to go, or a book in the Bible, we try, I don't know why I did quotations, but anyway, a book in the Bible, we try to do a new one the next what am I trying to say? Every time we do one book and we finish it, we try to go do another book. That's what I'm trying to say. So right now we are in Revelations, and it has actually been very interesting because I've never read Revelations before. I've read Revelation before. I'm so used to hearing people say Revelations.
That's what most people say, but it's no S.
Okay. Well, we know what Kendall meant. So I'm so used. Like, I've read David's book. What was it in? What was his book in?
Samuel, I think.
I think it was Samuel. I've read David's a couple of times. Not going to get into all of that, but I've read certain books multiple times, because I feel like I'm a firm believer in you could read a passage and get another message than you got the first time. You know, the more that you read it, it's always new things to learn, especially in the different seasons that you're in. But anyway, to get back on track. So as I was reading my devotional earlier in the week, or maybe this was last week, I found this passage, or more so, it mentioned a passage in James, and it's James 3:13-18. So I'm going to read it. So, who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct, let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your heart, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly and unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exists, there will be disorder and envy, in every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. And a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. So when I read that passage, it literally let me ask you, when reading that passage, sorry I just put you on the spot, but what is that saying to you? You're like, let me read it one more time. Oh, yeah. I'll explain so from what my understanding from the passages is basically envy and jealousy is something that comes from being here on earth. It's not something that God gives us, right? It's not something that's gifted from God. He's not going to give you a spirit of envy or a spirit of jealousy. So these are things that you're learning in your day-to-day life, right? Something that you may have seen, something that you see on social media, something that your family has taught you, or something that may have just come from yourself. So I feel like in this passage is saying, if you're envious, it's not of God. God has given us a spirit of peace, of reason. And when you implement that into your life, I feel like you get good fruits from your labor, if that makes sense. So that's what I got from it.
Yeah, and I'll notice here the first verse, who is wise and understanding among you? Basically, he's saying it's like a rhetorical question. Like, who here is wise? None of you are. And then he goes in to basically educate everybody.
Right.
Basically saying God has all the wisdom. And he's saying if you are bitter, jealous, and selfish, and have selfish ambition in your heart, don't boast and be false to the truth. So, don't reject the truth. Because all those attitudes they're demonic. It's not from God.
Right.
So, and then it also goes here, for where jealousy and selfish ambition exists, there will be disorder in every vile practice. So basically it's rooted, a lot of evils and vile things root from jealousy.
Yes.
Because people do crazy things.
Yes.
Because they're jealous.
I think that's a good point to point out, that jealousy does bring out the worst in people, because I feel like envy can kind of come on different levels. It could be something small and innocent and kind of just I envy that she has straight hair because I have curly hair and it's hard to do my hair, but I'm envious of that. Or it can be as deep as being envious of somebody's life, their whole entire lifestyle, and then it can borderline turn into I'm so jealous of you that now I'm gonna kill you.
You're a hater. That turns you into a hater. Because
literally in today's society, you see so many rappers and influencers literally dying at the hands of jealous people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You got money. You live in my dream. Mm-hmm. If I can't have it, you can't.
Right. Exactly.
It can ruin relationships, friendships, stuff like that. Because say your friend gets into a relationship, now you give more time to the girlfriend or the boyfriend, whatever, and your friend turns to a straight hater after that.
Right. So what would you say are some petty things you've caught yourself envying?
Man, I don't know. I guess what I said before, I'm in college and I should have been graduated. But my friends are. I'm like, dang, that sucks.
Well, why do you feel like that impacted you so hard then?
Because it's because I changed my major 4 times. So it's I don't even know. Sometimes you feel lost. I don't even know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. What am I doing? How come? Because some people know what they want to do from the second they know how to talk. Mm-hmm. I never want to know what I wanted to do in life.
I think it also is you have to think about it in the sense of everybody's on different paths in lives, right? So if I'm envious of my friends on your situation, one of your friends was in a career that they're in. At the end of the day, every path that's laid out, God laid it out. He thought of it before you were even born, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And literally, boom, that's your life, right? But I feel in the situation where you were jealous of your friend or envious of your friend and where they were, it's like in the season that you were in, maybe God was shaping you and molding you to be able to receive whatever blessings he had for you in the future.
Yeah.
And you being envious and jealous of this person was kind of borderline like you didn't need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now look where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you don't know that in that moment. In that moment, you're kind of just like, you're just jealous. You don't know what else to feel but that. You're not thinking to the future like, oh, 10 years or a year from now, I'm going to be successful and I'm going to be in this position. You know what I mean? You're not thinking about stuff like that because you don't know what's going to happen in your future.
I think that's just where faith comes into play.
Yeah.
You need to like trust God has a plan for you. Because like you could be stuck. If you could feel stuck now, but in the future you might be like living the life.
Right.
Or live the life that God wants for you.
Right.
Which is ultimately like the best for you anyway.
Right. So I think, let me see. So do you think that the struggles and stuff that we face in the sense of like envy, just how you brought up, do you think, just like you said, your faith, do you feel like it's pushing you? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Say it again.
So what I'm trying to say is like,
have you ever like, because I know when you're feeling envious and stuff, you kind of get blinded by it. So have you ever noticed yourself when you went, oh man, I'm feeling legit jealous, or you're completely self-aware?
No.
No.
I feel like in those moments, I'm just like,
you're so absorbed in it.
Yeah, I'm super like indulged in it to the point where I'm not thinking about nothing else. I will say later in life,
you're
like,
back like
and months later, I'm like, why was I jealous of that? Because I feel like another thing is you can look at somebody's life, right? And you could see cookies and rainbows, right? The person has the job, they have the family, they have the marriage, they have the cars, the houses, everything. And from the outside looking in, it looks as if it's perfect. But you never know what that person is going through internally. They could literally, their walls could quite literally be burning from the inside. You never know. Like, so I feel like when you're envious and jealous of people, it's important to think about that. Not saying that everybody's situation is going to be bad, but what I'm just saying is like, you never know what a person is going through. And sometimes on social media, especially, they put this facade out, right, of perfect this and perfect that. And at the end of the day, life is just not so black and white. Like, I love our lives and I do thank God every day for everything that we have, but we still go through things. You know what I mean? We still go through everyday struggles. Everything is not cupcakes and peaches. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's important to remember that, like, even if their life looks perfect, sometimes it may not be perfect. You never know what a person is going through behind closed doors, and you never know what type of facade these celebrities are trying to put out there.
Yeah, because you only know what they show you.
Right, exactly. And it's always important to paint a picture on social media. So a perfect picture on social media, but it's just not always that black and white.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think social media is like, so it can be very toxic and that regard. I really think social media really does pull at people's envy and jealousy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you'll be looking at somebody's whole life and be like, dang, they got it all, and then behind closed doors it's really just publicity stunts.
Yeah.
You know?
So, have you ever looked back and seen purpose in your pain?
Explain that. I don't know what that means.
So if you're envious and jealous of somebody, right? And to the point where, because I feel like envy and jealousy can create other feelings like pain, or pain in the sense of feeling like you're not adequate enough, right? Do you feel like, do you still not understand the question? No. Okay. Do you feel like there is purpose from that?
What do you mean purpose from that?
Like, do you feel like there is light on the other side of the tunnel? We'll say that.
Do you feel like giving up or like there's no hope?
No. Do you feel like there is light on the other side of the tunnel when it comes to being envious or jealous about somebody and what they have going on in their life?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like if you're jealous of somebody, it's like you got to understand that that's their life,
right?
Not yours. Not everyone just lives the same life. It's like not everybody can be rich and famous,
right?
Not everybody can. I don't know. Say you wanted to own a bakery. Not everyone can own a bakery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta understand that, like, once you come to the realization that other people's lives is not your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, well, that's true, and then you can continue to move on your pathway because
that actually kind of goes into the thing that I was talking about in my devotional, the reason why I wanted to do this topic in the first place. Basically, in the passage it said God doesn't get the address wrong. He gives us exactly what he knows we need. So I feel like at the end of the day, it comes down to, you can be envious and jealous of people, but at the end of the day, that's going to make you feel things that you don't want to feel, right? It's going to make you feel less adequate than you actually are doing. You may be doing really good for yourself at that moment, and you may feel like you're not because you're over here focused on what other people are doing. But at the end of the day, God gave you the life that you have, and God doesn't mess up, right? And you may be in one season feeling like you're lacking, but you never know what blessing is on the other side, right? You never know what God intends for you to have in the future. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if you ever feel like you're feeling envious or jealous, don't get so caught up on the now and what's going on. You know, just realize and have faith that in the future you will have greater and God will give you greater. And I feel like if you believe that and you have the faith and you're doing the work, I don't think that God is going to steer you wrong.
Yeah. No, he won't, because, you know, if he said it, he said it.
Right. So. But we hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video, episode 11.
Episode 11.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you guys give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below.
Tell your friends. See ya.